Imagine a velvet-covered button humming faintly on the table. Press it, and boom. Within a decade, every person on Earth is 10 times richer. Luxury, once reserved for the 1%, becomes the norm. There's only one catch. The button carries a 25% chance of wiping out our species. Would you press the button? For most of us, the question feels obscene. Yet swap velvet-covered button for frontier artificial intelligence, and you have a dilemma many researchers debate in sober detail. Hyper-capable AI promises dazzling economic fireworks, disease-spotting algorithms, self-optimizing factories, and personalized tutors for every child. At the same time, it hands villains a recipe book for engineered pathogens, rogue drones, and decision loops we might never unwind. This is the central truth. Technology determines what's possible, but human incentives determine what actually happens. AI may make extinction scenarios feasible, but whether they become likely depends entirely on how people behave. If every person, firm, and nation agreed never to misuse or overbuild AI, many dangers would vanish. But saying everyone should behave is not a plan, it's wishful thinking. History suggests at least some actors will take the risky path if it gives them an edge, particularly when they feel they must act before their rivals do. We may already know whether the button gets pressed. Understanding incentives doesn't just help us assess these existential risks, it helps us navigate our immediate reality. And that brings us to the real purpose of this book. Technology is advancing so quickly that we face countless less apocalyptic, but still world-bending questions rushing toward us, like these. Should you dig a career moat so deep no robot can cross? Or should you stockpile Swiss Army skills for perpetual reinvention of yourself and your career? Why has education grown increasingly costly even as its outcomes disappoint? And can AI reshape the incentives that got us here? Why does technology keep making the system feel less fair? And what steps can you take as a consumer to push back? Each chapter in this book dissects questions like these, not with doom-scroll dread, but with the curiosity of an economist committed to showing you where the levers hide, how incentives shape every choice, and how we can optimally respond. After all, it's better to understand the game than stumble through it blind. We're all beta testers now, whether we signed up or not. You might wonder, why pair economics with AI? Why not focus on the technology alone? The answer is simple yet profound. AI, like any tool, shows us what's possible. But economics, the study of choices, trade-offs, and incentives, reveals what actually happens. Again and again, the same pattern holds. Technology reveals what could be, but human incentives decide what will be. The inventor's vision rarely captures the world their creation ultimately builds. That lens, understanding how technological potential collides with human systems to produce real outcomes, is what I call AI economics. AI economics summarizes and organizes 15 years of research on the economics of digitization and artificial intelligence. It draws on my research into personalized pricing, self-driving cars, and digital resale, on presentations I've seen at conferences focused on the economics of AI and digitization, and on 2 courses I developed at Brandeis University. 1, Economics of Digitization, and 2, Big Tech Under Fire, Power, Platforms, and Policy in the Digital Age. The road ahead. You're about to step into a peculiar kind of funhouse, one where some rooms behave exactly as you'd expect, while others defy every instinct you have about how the world should work. In one room, AI delivers precisely what you asked for, like a perfectly normal hallway. Turn the corner, and suddenly the floor tilts, mirrors warp reality, and the most logical path leads straight into a wall. This hybrid of predictable and bewildering is the perfect metaphor for our AI-driven economy. Through the stories ahead, you'll develop an intuition for spotting which room you're in, and more importantly, you'll learn to navigate the strange new architecture of a world where technology rewrites the rules faster than we can learn them. Together, we'll navigate the surreal landscape that AI has created. In the following pages, you'll discover why Chinese officials once spray-painted an entire mountainside green, and why advancing technology made them stop. You'll learn what kangaroos can teach us about job security. You'll see why going data nude might lead to a better society, even if it leaves us feeling more exposed. We'll unpack critical new concepts for our time, why the strangest jobs will command high wages, the weirdness wage premium, why secondhand privacy, when someone else's data exposes your secrets, may pose greater dangers than secondhand smoke, and why self-driving cars might need literal bulletproofing. These aren't thought experiments. They're urgent realities taking shape right now, all because of how technological advances impact human incentives. Each chapter of this book takes a piece of that puzzle and shows how it fits into the bigger transformation. By the time you turn the final page, you will view the evolving world through a sharper, more revealing lens, the incentive filter. Curious how the future got so weird so fast? Turn the page. In the next chapter, we dissect the evolving job market, revealing who's truly vulnerable, who's positioned to thrive, and why the AI employment story isn't the simple "robots steal our jobs" narrative you've been sold. Chapter 2: Job Extinction Event. My grandmother was a computer. Are you next?